Hi, my name is Cameron Hart, and for my career path presentation, I'm going to be building a snowman, but the snow is not very good to pack, so I decided to just use the chunks. So the bottom is before the class. So before the class, I had way too many ideas. I didn't know where I wanted to go with my life. I was thinking of teaching because my aunt and my sister had taught, but I didn't know if that would go well because it's really hard to have a family and then also teach, and then the income isn't very good. And then I was thinking about something with sports because I'm really interested in sports because I do track and field here at BYU. And then I was also interested in special needs because I love working with kids, just like teaching. And then also I was interested in speech pathology or child or communication disorder because I know sign language and I took it in high school for 4 years. And so before the class, I was really naive, had a lot of ideas, didn't know what to do, and so with that, my head was scattered. I had too many ideas. So I thought that I would take this class to help me learn about different careers, because in the class they taught me that there's like over 100 majors here at BYU, and I thought that was crazy because I didn't know there was that many majors I could do, and so that helped me calm myself down because I didn't know what I wanted to do in the future. And then I also learned a lot. So in the future, I took the class because, so here's the body of the snowman. So I took the class because I wanted to learn about different careers. So during the class, I learned a lot about I learned about different careers. I did 3 different mentor interviews. I interviewed a teacher, and the teacher taught me a lot about how there's a lot of work that they do and before or during class, and then before class and after class with grading, and you have to work with the different students, and they don't get paid enough for how much they do. And then I also worked with a recreational worker with out in the outdoors, which I thought was interesting, but I didn't know if that would be good for where I would want to live, because you have to live in a really hot area and the location. And then I also worked with an athletic trainer, and I interviewed her, and she talked a lot about how you need to work with the athletes, and I thought it was interesting that you learn a lot about the anatomy of the body. And then also the athletic trainers, they work in either high schools or colleges, which I thought was fun because that's what I like to work with kids. And also we learned a lot about career myths, and career myths, things like I always thought that there was only one career for me, because just because you think when you're a kid, every kid is like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up, and everyone knows what they want to be, and I never really knew what I wanted to do. And so there isn't one specific career just for you. You can study any major, and after college you can do there's lots of job opportunities that you can do. And then we also learned a lot about internships, and internships help a lot with experience, and with your internships are really important because even though people stress a lot about your GPA in college, that helps you get into grad school, but internships help a lot with your first job. You need internships and experience to help with your job in the future. And so I thought that was interesting because I never really learned a lot or thought about a lot about internships. I thought they were just the secretary or the person that gave the person coffee. Internships help you learn about what job you want to do in the future, whether it's teaching or engineering or stuff like that. And then I also learned a lot about, in the job shadowing, I shadowed an athletic trainer, and when I was working with her, I learned a lot that you have to work with the athletes and also be a therapist with them, because they are really dramatic sometimes, and worry a lot about like if they're gonna make it through their injury or if they're gonna be all right, and they're really stressed. So you have to like help them with that, and it's also really stressful because sometimes injuries are like urgent. Like the athletic trainers, the people that go out onto the field and help the people on whether it's the track or the football field, they have to go out and help them if they're hurt, but they're just the first responders. They help mostly with the injuries and their soreness, and also with injury prevention before practice. They help with taping and stuff like that. And so they are just the first responders. Then they take them to the doctors because they're not fully qualified, but they still have to take an exam before to like about the anatomy of the body and stuff like that. And then after the class, here's the head, even though it doesn't really look like it because the bottom part's really big. What I've learned from this class is that there's a lot of opportunities out there, and even though I don't really know what I want to do right now, I have three different majors I want to do, but I'm not sure yet. It's either exercise and wellness, athletic training, or what I was talking about before, communication disorder, since I know sign language. And even though there's lots of struggles and like I'm not really interested in chemistry or physics, that's why I decided not to do exercise science. So I think if I study one of those and then do internships, then my career will work out, and this class has helped me a lot. So thank you.